make sure I'm not muted. I bet I am. I don't know what's going on here. Let's make sure that we're good. Hopefully the hip hop's playing. Everyone can hear it. Desktop audio. Folks, right. Everything's good. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Break the Cycle with me, your host, Joshua Smith. Hope everyone's having a wonderful, what is it? Is it Thursday?
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Know your days of the week, Josh. You're like,
it's Thursday.
It's Thursday. It is Thursday. We have a great show for you guys tonight. I'm very excited. Man, I'm just tired. I am exhausted. I don't even know how to run the show anymore. Ryan
like you knew how to in the first place. Come on.
I spent hundreds of hours watching YouTube videos to learn how to do this shit, okay?
Oh,
it hasn't been an easy pathway for me here. And then building a studio that's even more technical and harder to deal with. It's been pretty crazy. But anyways, before we get too far, let's give a shout out to my good friend and well-haired guest host, Ryan Kurtz. Sir, how are you doing tonight?
Co-host, I believe, is the term you were looking for.
Co-host,
yeah,
gay host, whatever. It's all the same shit. I don't know.
Gay host, yeah, no. Well, I mean, on that line of thinking, can I get some yup cocks in the chat? Hello, everyone.
Yup cocks in the chat. All this man wants is some cocks, and you guys refuse to give it to him every week. I'm okay with it.
Give the boy the yup cocks.
I think it's fucking hilarious. I do want to probably should shout out sponsors before I start going around the table, huh? Probably what I should
You can do it in whatever order you feel like.
I think the welcome song's playing still, so that's good. I like it. But anyways, guys, go check out toplobster.com, the man, the myth, the legend, my good friend and partner on Break the Cycle, where you get this great Epstein Didn't Kill Himself shirt that you see me wearing tonight by using the term BTC at checkout for a 10% discount. Or you can join all of our Patreon, Subscribe Stars, YouTube channel underneath all of my videos by hitting the join link, where you can get into a private Discord server and get up to 30% off of all of Top Lobster's new gear 2 weeks before it goes to the general public at like a 30% discount, man. It's really dope. If you're subscribing to the show financially for like $5 or $10 a month, you're actually getting a deal. If you're buying Top Lobster gear, you're actually saving money and supporting us both. So we really appreciate it. Of course, executive producer of the show, anthemplanning.com, for all your emergency and crisis planning needs. Check them out today, see what they can do for your business, home, or personal life. They're doing a wonderful job that the government has historically sucked at much cheaper and much more efficiently. They help organizations solve unsolvable problems in the technology and HR arenas. Their team leads by example. Anthem consultants have led their own organizations through demanding periods of change. Now they help clients succeed in the face of technology and personnel challenges. Plus, they're my good friends. People from the show have started using them for their businesses, and they're very, very, very happy. And Amy Lepore is just absolutely a savage. I love her to death. So go support their business. Help them help you become more successful with your business. And of course, last but not least, not even close to least, executive producer of the show, Colwell Creative Content. They specialize in things like SEO to help your site rank well on Google or other search engines, website design, optimized website content writing, optimized blog posts, copywriting, social media content management, newsletter writing and design, ghostwriting and editing services, resume and cover letter writing. They work with all kinds of clients, including real estate, addiction treatment, mental health, healthcare, banking and payment processing, but not the Federal Reserve or the CIA podcast. And they've worked with just about every industry, even libertarian political candidates and influencers, such as my good friend and mentor in politics, Mr. Larry Sharp. If they're good enough for Larry Sharp, I promise you they're good enough for you. They've been in business since 2012, worked with hundreds and hundreds of clients. Help them help you get in front of your target audience. I promise you will not be disappointed. Guys, we've got a great show tonight. I'm very, very excited. But as we already alluded to, we have the well-haired gentleman in front of the pink screen over there, Mr. Ryan Kurt. Thank you so much for being here, sir. I appreciate it.
I got some cocks in the chat.
Did somebody drop some
Thank you.
cocks?
Yeah,
Finally?
Quest Fanning.
Quest Fanning's been watching the show since day one. He's a great dude. You're lucky
Jess
to have
Core
him.
also gave me a cock, so
you're very, very,
shout out to them.
And of course, joining us as always, the local grifter, my good friend from the Redacted Caucus, Mr. AJ Fisher. Sir, how are you doing tonight?
I'm excited to be here. I'm just as tired.
Are you just as tired as I am?
I'm just as tired as you are.
I'm fucking exhausted, dude.
Yeah.
It like hurt me knowing that I had to do a show all day today. I was like, fuck, I gotta go home for a 12-hour workday.
It's great to be here.
Thankfully, my wonderful fiance decided that she was going to make shepherd's pie early tonight. So I didn't have to do any cooking or cleaning or anything like that. I just got to come home, eat dinner, lay on the couch with my little 2-year-old for as long as they would allow me, and then come down here and program. So But guys, we do have a great show for you tonight. New podcast coming up. I know, my fans are fans of podcasts. And some of you are always like, there's too many podcasts out there. But what we don't have enough of is Western women podcasts. I would venture to say there's not enough of those. I do talk on the show a lot about how I think we need more podcasts in the movement, not less. I know a lot of people are like, oh, there's more podcasters, this, and that. I'm like, dude, we're fucking like literally alternative media. That's all. We don't have enough of that. Unfortunately, the whole market is dominated by mainstream media, and we need more people that are willing to say the tough things into a microphone and hope that even if it reaches like 6 people, it's 6 people it wasn't reaching before. But we do have a new podcast in the movement, and it is called the Western Woman Podcast with Miss Hahn and Lawless. How are you ladies doing tonight? You're also tired.
Very exhausted.
Yeah. Did you guys have a long day?
Yeah, I mean,
I opened a grocery store yesterday, so this is just the second day of that. So it's been a very long day.
I saw that. How's that going? What's that? So it's like a locally sourced, like organic store or what?
So I'm just gonna go ahead and start calling him my fiance. It's just easier that way.
It is.
He moved me across the nation to his hometown where he grew up, and we bought the old nasty building that the grocery store used to be in, and we remodeled it and revamped it all and opened it up. It's going to be all locally sourced. It's just going to be about small communities and building the culture back into this town. So
nice.
We've spent the past like 7 months really doing it, but the past 4 months we've been getting down in the knit and grit and grinding every day. And we just opened yesterday, and now we're even more exhausted now that we're open.
Yeah, opening a business can be pretty taxing. I can imagine a big store like that and having to remodel and redo the whole thing. And then you got to worry about product, and you got to worry about, ordering and all that shit. I'm sure it's just hell. I can only imagine. I don't know. Anyways, AJ, you got anything tonight, buddy?
It has been, but it's been
the
very
pics of the
rewarding.
store were
It's gonna be worth
inspiring.
it.
It was really cool. Yeah, it was on it's on Twitter, right? Like the pics are posted on Twitter of the store.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Nice, dude.
The before and after is amazing.
He was doing some reconnaissance
Appreciate it.
because AJ's not as active on Twitter as some of us, so of course they don't know Mother Girth and Lawless as much as we do, or me. I do at least.
Yeah, I don't know them.
You don't know them either, Ryan?
I don't know them.
You didn't even do any reconnaissance?
Oh,
Jesus Christ, dude.
it's okay. I don't know them all either.
Yeah, it's okay. They're great guys. They're both great. They're Iowa. They're corn-fed Iowa boys.
Me neither.
That's how it works.
Mother what?
What?
Mother what?
Mother Girth, dude.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. She's got a great t-shirt business. Some of the best t-shirts in the game too. And that's saying a lot coming from a guy who like stands Top Lobster, right? Like everything is Top Lobster. My entire show aesthetic is all created by Top Lobster. Like everything, right? He does all that. He hand draws every single thumb.
Top Lobster even made me. He's my dad.
Yeah, that's Top Lobster is legitimately Ryan Kurtz's dad. Like I think that's a real thing, actually. That's why he's got a little bit of Puerto Rican in him. Whoa. Just a little bit. So why don't you guys tell us about the podcast? Whichever one you want to go first. What's the podcast about? Why are you starting it, and why are you doing it?
Basically, the podcast is to inspire women to kind of be legitimately wholesome, better versions of themselves. Both Lawless and I have felt that there is a very big lack in truly good word and encouragement geared towards women. We see a lot of these male accounts, a lot of them on Twitter that I do follow personally, that are all about get your shit together. Exercise, eat right, be more ethical, all these wonderful messages. And we rarely find any that are geared towards women that are honestly good messages. They're either far too left and, boss babe, slay queen, fuck all y'all, or they're just way too the opposite and there's no healthy balance. So, she and I have been following each other for a long time. We both just loved each other's content. We both kind of have hit rock bottom and climb our way back to the top story. So we're like, why are we not communicating more? Why are we not podcasting and getting the word out more, that if we can pick ourselves up and be better women, for our men, for our children, for our friends and family, for ourselves, whatever, in the most wholesome, powerful, noble, like biblical noble woman type stuff, essentially,
Nice.
then, we kind of both feel like we're somewhat a little bit qualified to show that if we can do it, anybody can, because we both have those stories.
Sure, absolutely. And then I know Julia will be listening to that podcast for sure. There's no doubt about it. You will have a fan very quickly in my fiance. She's very into that stuff. Especially if Lawless pops on and starts talking about like organic crunchy shit too. She'll love that. I promise you. She's a big fan. She doesn't even take Tylenol or anything. She takes what the fuck is that shit? Arnica. She's like,
that's how I am actually.
Really?
I stay away from pharmaceuticals. I do everything holistic as much as possible.
Do you chew willow? You can chew willow bark.
Is that a thing?
It's got aspirin in it.
Willow bark has aspirin in it?
Yeah.
Are you sure
about that? Yeah, if you take a piece of willow
I literally
tree,
think you're just like pulling that out of your ass.
No.
Not at all.
I've heard something like
it's
that.
It's an Indian, it's a Native American homeopathic remedy. And they tested it. There's aspirin in the tree, dude. You chew it.
Is aspirin
it's not easy?
Isn't aspirin like a chemical though?
Hey man, Google me, man.
Well, is aspirin the name of the active ingredient in aspirin?
I'm not going to say there's pills of aspirin in the tree.
Yeah,
that's insane.
I swear it was like multiple.
I'm
chemicals
saying
too. Like
there's a chemical in the tree
that like you take.
Yeah, there's some kind of amino acid. I don't know, but it's the same effect as aspirin. So Indian women would do this for when they're pregnant with pains. That was the classic method. But they'd be chewing this willow bark.
The active ingredient in aspirin, anisalic acid or something like that.
Well, but look up willow though. Yeah. Up the willow tree first. That's not.
Yeah, look up the fucking willow tree, dude. What are you doing? Why are you looking up media that confirms your bias? Get out of here,
I wanted to see what the active ingredient in aspirin was because I thought it was acetaminophen, but I was wrong.
Aspirin. I don't like it. Stop it.
But
so I mean, are you guys going to take like on a more traditional like woman role? I mean, is it like it's not a traditional like a trad life podcast is what you're saying, right? Like that's the opposite version of the like Slay Queen podcast thing, right?
I guess that kind of just depends on your definition of trad. Everyone seems to have a very different definition of what it means. Sure. And we kind of tested that theory not long ago, actually.
Yeah, I think I kind of get that too because I feel like we're living a trad life. Like my relationship is like a traditional. My fiance stays home with the kids. I work, but I still cook and clean and shit too, which that's okay. I survive. But we also have like hers, mine, ours, and somebody else's kids, right? So it's like totally not traditional, right? It's not just our biological kids. It's adopted kids, my kids, her kids, my grandkid. Like it's a pretty mixed house. It's almost like a damn sitcom sometimes. But I don't know. I guess I don't know. Are you guys? Are you just gonna focus on that stuff, or are you guys gonna do like? Are you gonna do like current events and stuff like that, and put that kind of spin on it too?
I mean, it's kind of hard to avoid current events in any podcast nowadays. But we've talked about multiple times. We don't even like to use the word trad and like traditional because obviously we're both small business owners. We're both, stepping into the homesteading life and navigating through it ourselves. So I think that as we navigate and learn, we'll be able to in turn educate others. And I mean, I think it'll be entertaining at the same time. It'll be an educational process for everyone.
Nice. Hopefully Lawless will get some new internet before you guys start doing a podcast. we keep losing you, Lawless.
Yes, soon.
You're like cutting in and out real bad.
Soon.
So hopefully.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Hey, you know what? We lost Clint from Liberty Lockdown like 32 minutes into the podcast once entirely. We lost the whole stream and everything. So
that was tragic.
It was
because that was the most we've ever had.
There was like 1,000 people watching or so, or like
it was like 120 something people in the live chat.
But it was like almost 1,000 viewers, and we lost the whole stream. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yikes.
Yeah, it sucks. What's up, AJ? You look like you got something to say, bud.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you say, for lack of a better word, traditional women, I just want to know where are the tenets coming from a religious aspect or like a body autonomy aspect, or like where's
By the way,
where your
AJ
tenants
is our
coming from?
resident atheist.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He's
I should probably
the
say
only
that.
atheist on the show.
Yeah.
Ryan didn't even have sex until he was married.
Yep.
And there's some other thing. I think he didn't have a beer till he was 21.
Yeah, touch
He
alcohol
didn't touch
until he
any
was
alcohol.
21.
He's like the goody two shoes, and then AJ's like sitting here in like
This is-
yellow shooting
We
glasses.
are the
He looks like
spectrum.
fucking. He
We're the
looks like
spectrum right here.
He looks like what's his name? Fucking Dan Connor from
Oh
Big
yeah,
Lebowski and
Market.
shit.
This is
Like,
the Market Zero Donnie costume right here
yeah,
tonight.
dude, it's perfect. He's got like his green vest on and
There
his
you go.
fuck, I don't know, some boomer 3%er shirt or something. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I mean, you caught his question, right? Sorry.
This is not a religious podcast. There may be some times we might, like me personally, sometimes I do say just in my general spiels, as a Christian, I feel blah, blah, blah. But that's more because as a Christian, I feel like we should hold other Christians accountable. Like that's what we're supposed to do. But this is not a Christian podcast. This is just general, be a better version of yourself no matter what you believe in. Because no matter what your faith is, what are you going to argue against working out and being healthier? Are you going to argue against feeding your kids healthy? Are you going to argue against, keeping the house clean and trying to make your man happy? Like that doesn't matter what faith you have. That's just a general standard. So no, it's not going to be based on Christianity necessarily. I used the term noble woman biblically earlier just because I popped across that in a Google search earlier. I'm starting a doula business and I'm trying to find some kind of name for it. And so I just kind of popped in my head. But no, it's not like we're just strictly basing this on complete Christianity and Christian messages and
Okay,
whatnot.
understandable.
And for the people who don't follow these two on Twitter, both of you guys had like some pretty amazing body transformations as well. I
Yeah.
mean, like big time. Lawless especially, but I've seen you both like post before and after pictures, and it was like a phenomenal. As a fat guy, you know what I mean? Looking at this, going, man, I really need to get to the gym, but also like applauding you and being like stoked for you guys. And I mean, it's such a huge thing to like lose that much weight. I mean, is that's going to be a big part of it too, or what? The show talking about how you guys overcame that and did those kind of things.
Yeah, lifestyle, other lifestyle choices.
Yes, for sure.
Nice.
Give us a sneak peek of like the mental transformation, because I know like when you do a physical transformation, that's one aspect of it, but there's a lot more going on in your head. Can you give us a little peek about what was going through your head as you were changing?
Yeah, I need to know that too, because I like wake up every morning, I'm like, God, you're a fat ass. And it still does not like change a fucking thing for me, dude. Like I'm like, God, you're fat. Go to the gym. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. And then I just don't.
Well, we always think of like Jordan. We were talking about Jordan Peterson. We always think about Jordan Peterson. It's like, you've got to be a better version of yourself, man.
Well,
Clean your
Jordan
room.
Peterson's advice is how I lost weight because he
Bro,
just said
you've always
Yeah.
been a tall beanpole, dude. You just had a little extra weight in the belly area. You're all right. You're doing good.
I've lost 30 pounds in the last 2 years.
Jesus. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
you're doing
so
pretty good too, man.
Show some respect.
Yeah, I'm talking Jesus. But yeah, what was the headspace like for you guys during? You have to kick your own ass. Is that the only way?
I know for me, it was kind of a mix of things. I started my weight loss journey after I had 2 kids very close together in birth. And I'm like, this isn't what I want, the kind of example I want to set for my kids. So I lost a bunch of weight. And then I had a very traumatizing event that kind of pushed me into constantly going to the gym like nonstop. And because I didn't want to just be thinner, I wanted to be stronger and more capable. So yeah, at one point I used to be jacked. And but that was kind of my thing. It was like I wanted to be capable. I didn't want to be a victim anymore. And I knew the only one that could change that was myself. So that was my whole transformation. I didn't just focus on body. I focused on rebuilding my faith. I focused on tuning my skill sets and just trying to be all around better because I mean, I'm not going to truly heal unless I fix myself in every regard. And I'm just going to be a hot mess for my kids unless I get my stuff together. So my kids were my biggest motivator.
How close are your
Absolutely.
kids in age?
Only like 15 months apart.
Nice. Yeah, we got close to that with Tato and Rocco. Tato was born December 31st, 2020, and Rocco was born August of 2022. So they're like 17 months apart or something like that. Pretty cool. I like
Irish
that. 2 little
twins.
boys.
Irish twins is what they call it, right?
Yeah. Well, and then we have the new adopted baby coming too. That was born in February. Have 3 little boys. Fucking absolute.
Yeah.
And
They'll
then, of
love
course,
it when they get older because they can just play sports against each other.
just
and
go in the backyard and beat each other up.
Yeah.
yeah.
Go fight.
I don't know.
Like,
Yeah, and then we have the 4 that are older too, right? So we have Lou, who's 5. He'll be pretty close, and then we have 8, 9, and 11. Or no, 8, 10, and 11. So it's like they'll have older siblings to look. I think.
Yeah.
Our house is like it is absolutely. Ryan knows. We like I only brought Ryan on the podcast because he helped me move and I didn't have any him. And then B, just
I know.
But also B because he always brings his wife over every Monday and Thursday, and she helps out with kids. Like free help with kids, help me move. They're just great people. And then AJ just like walks in 5 minutes before he starts with beer. It's like
yeah, but he brings beer, so he's the beer guy.
Hey, I did message ahead of time and say what kind of beer would you like?
Yeah, he did, and then I told him that you drink the Corona,
and
I'm
didn't
not
get
drinking
Corona
tonight. So I don't, even though I don't have to work tomorrow, I don't know. I might go ride my motorcycle for the last time or something. It's supposed to be like a 60-degree day, and
don't do
trading
it.
my motorcycle.
I've
been riding to work the last 2 days.
No.
Yeah. I know I fucking wrecked. Well, it's been 2 weeks. Saturday will be 2 weeks since I got
You
my
not-
motorcycle accident.
Wait, did you get a new helmet?
No, I've been wearing the same fucking busted helmet.
Dude.
Don't tread on me, dude. Don't tread on me.
Gosh.
The
Japanese believe.
I think I've earned the right to tread on you a
Can't
little
tread on me,
bit.
dude. That's fucked up. I'm
Right.
allowed to do whatever. This is Libertopia in this part of Iowa, okay? And I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
Yeah, but I can hold you accountable as your
dude,
friend.
you know how hard it is to wake up in the morning for work at 4:30 in the morning and then ask your fiance like, hey, can you get up so we can go to work, and then have to wake up 2 fucking babies that are 2 and under to take them with you at 5 o'clock in the morning to drop you off 1.1 mile away from the house. No, I'll just ride my motorcycle till I can get my truck on Sunday. So what would you guys do?
Listen, I have to say this, Josh. I have to say this.
What?
This has to be on record.
Okay.
The Japanese believe that machines are imbued with spirits. That machine has already tried to kill you once.
Well, no, it was
You're
the
tempting
dog. It was
fate.
the dog that tried to kill me.
Uh-huh.
The machine, machine is in perfect health still.
Okay.
And I was just sore for 2 weeks.
Just for the
My toe
record,
was really broken. I may actually go to the doctor this week.
sell the demon bike.
Well, I'm trading my bike on Sunday for badass like Iowa truck, dude. Like 4-inch lift.
It's 1.1 miles. You
Something
could just
with
ride a
airbags
bicycle.
and an enclosed cap.
Yeah. Did you guys see my motorcycle accident? No. Like not this last Saturday, but the Saturday before. I came home to get an overnight bag for one of my stepdaughters at like 8:30 at night. It was dark, and I opened the garage door, and my dog was in there somehow and took off running. And so I went to chase her on my motorcycle like a fucking idiot. And I went down the main road, and I was doing about 35 because I couldn't see her, and she came running out of our backyard right in the middle of the street, right in front of me, and I locked up my brakes and flipped off the bike at like 35 miles an hour and smashed my head and broke my toe and mangled my shoulder and hips and everybody's like, you can't ride your bike anymore. You're not allowed to do that. And then I've been riding my bike for like the last 2 days.
Mhm.
Bike was fine though. I got really lucky. I really did.
I never said you're not allowed to do that. You're the one that told me that you were done.
Yeah, and I am done.
Are your muscles sore, Josh?
Everything hurts.
Because you could cure them by the bark of the willow tree that contains a naturally occurring chemical compound called salicin. When consumed, your body turns salicin into salicylic acid, which acts as an anti-inflammatory to relieve ailments like minor aches, pains, headaches, arthritis, and muscle soreness.
Great. Our show's a fucking willow bark advertisement now. Like I don't have enough ads in my show already.
Just
Now
saying.
we're like advertising for a tree. Thanks, dude.
People
I mean,
doubted me.
upstairs we have a member of the Cherokee tribe.
Dude,
So
every white person with blue eyes is a member of the Cherokee tribe, dude. That's how it works.
That's me.
Literally, yeah. I've never met a white person with blue eyes that wasn't like, oh, I'm part Cherokee.
No, not me. Wait, yes.
I think I have a
I feel called out now.
Are you part Cherokee?
I
Yeah.
do too.
Are you both? Yep.
Wait, are there blue eyes? I can't see.
White girls with blue
Yeah.
eyes, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I've never met a white
My
person.
fault.
I've never met a white person with blue eyes that didn't say, "Oh yeah, I'm like 185th
think
fucking Cherokee."
One of
Indian."
my siblings has blue eyes, and
You don't wanna
there's
know where
no
this comes
there's no
from.
Cherokee.
Well, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. So we have some Native American in us too. So I for the longest time told everybody, because everybody that I met that said they were Native American that were white when I was growing up were like blonde hair, blue eyes, or dark hair and blue eyes. And so I was like, yeah, I'm Cherokee Indian. And then my cousin did like a lineage search, found out we're actually Creek Indian, which is completely different, like from Oklahoma or something. And so I'm not actually part of the Cherokee Nation. But I do have blue eyes.
Did you say blue eyes was linked to?
No, I'm
to
just telling you that
Native-
every white person with blue eyes that I've ever met that's like,
Has
I'm a
said they have
Native
okay,
American
okay,
is like,
okay,
oh yeah,
okay.
I'm Cherokee. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I think what happened was, I don't want to push too far, but I think what happened was
That's new. You
Was
not
when-
wanting
I
to
know what
push too
happened.
far.
Castellano Spanish came here, settled here, which were like blonde hair, blue eyed Spaniards. They really took a liking to the Cherokee tribe. I think that's what happened.
Oh,
And it was
okay,
probably
okay.
in a bad. It was like a bad light. I don't want to paint it
right.
like it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, they just thought they were pretty and everybody got married. I'm sure it was fucking
No.
horrible, terrible. But the lineage from that always seems to be like blonde hair, blue eyed people. are
Interesting.
Cherokee Indian. don't know.
I was told the
I'm
story.
Spanish.
You're also
Oh,
Spanish.
see?
I'm also Spanish too. My
Well, crap, we solved it. Well, you solved it.
my mom's side of the family has like Castellano Spanish, like white, like blonde hair, blue eyed Spanish family. I got some other mix. Of course, my dad, famously on my show, my dad is from Israel. So I'm half Israeli, and I can't be anti-Semitic. So all the people
Blue eyes are only
anti-Semitic.
5,000 years old.
What's that?
Blue eyes are only 5,000 years
It's also
old.
a genetic deformity.
Yes.
Like-
And I've heard that the story I was told was that the reason that there's a lot of like blonde-haired, blue-eyed chicks like in the Netherlands and stuff is because the Vikings stole all of them. So they would go around Europe and they would steal the hottest chicks. Not by choice, right?
Well, of course.
So they're taking
no.
them all back. So that makes up a lot of their genetic background. There's a lot of blue-eyed people. Not a thing from that. It's not from Europe.
Really?
Yeah. But when you
Yeah,
said
but-
Spaniards, I'm like, yeah, they went down that far.
Well, the Spaniards were like
It was a 1,000-year reign, you know.
very well known for not being very nice
Yeah.
these days. And I'm really sugarcoat. Really sugar. Gross. Spanish
It's dark.
settlers did. America, especially.
Ladies, we apologize
yeah.
for the past transgressions
Yeah.
of our brethren.
I don't.
Bow to our fate like they did in that Sedona
Yes.
freaking meetup thing.
Well,
I don't even
this
know.
is
That was
the
some
most
bullshit.
peaceful. This has got to be the most
That
peaceful
was
time for
ridiculous.
females in all of
Do
humankind.
you think it is the
Correct?
most? That's what
It's
do you
got to
guys
be.
think that
Oh
it's-
my God, it's got to be. Josh,
Listen,
we don't
listen.
even want to go there.
This is a libertarian podcast,
Yes.
so there's a lot of men watching this that have never talked
I mean,
to
they
them
just
before.
This is true.
I'm dying. That was a good one. That was a zinger.
Oh,
I love you guys, though.
and-
Seriously, all the people that are watching the
We're-
show, I love you very much.
All you
Dropping
men.
viewers.
Would you agree that this is the calmest time in history for women?
I mean, call. It's
don't know,
I
they
wouldn't
just
say
take their clothes off
calm
and
just
just
because
leave
they're
them
not
on.
making it calm. The women have not been calm.
I think I said. Did I say calmest? I think.
No.
Okay, I'll clarify that. I'll say the RAPE word. It's not. That used to be like kind of one of the main ways.
Far
that
more
we would make
prevalent
people.
back in the
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
That was like
Yeah.
how we made people probably 33% of the time. And now I
Jesus
think
fuck,
that's
dude. Do you even think about that? That's how we made people
that's
33%.
That's
of
how
the
we
time,
made
dude.
people about a third of the time.
I mean, look at
You know?
Genghis Khan and all
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, yeah,
the dude
no,
reduced the carbon footprint of the earth. He killed so many people.
we could just take him
They didn't burn
alone
fires.
and say,
didn't
yes,
burn wood.
women are safer than they were back in the
But
day.
you would
Oh,
think
God.
like watching the news or like media or of any type that like
Yeah.
the worst time for
The
women.
the statistic that 1 in 4 women on college campuses are raped.
Which I don't know. I mean,
No,
I
well,
don't-
That's not
it's
true.
sexually
That's not true.
assaulted, but on the survey they said they included for the definition of sexual assault is like ever felt uncomfortable around a man ever.
That's what,
Okay.
I'm not saying the stats
okay,
not true.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Okay. I get that, but I want to talk about like violence towards women, hard life for women, minorities in general, especially gender and sexual minorities, right? I mean, would you guys think that this is because if you watch the news, if you watch TV, you think that it's like the worst time in the history for anybody who's not a white male.
It's fear porn. Fear porn.
And I'm obviously a white male. And my life's like, I just do like dad shit and like, obviously I do a lot of politics, which is fucking absolutely frustrating half the time. But it's like it's easy for me mostly, I like go to work and I come home and I have my family and I do the show. But like all the women I know too are like, oh yeah, dude, they like we got all the rights we want and all this shit. But like you think that it's terrible. I mean, would you guys say that the media is falsely pumping like this narrative that this is the worst time in history for minorities and women and gender and sexual minorities?
50 years ago, if grandma back taught grandpa, she'd get popped across the face. And that's not socially acceptable anymore. Like, so yeah, I think maybe we have it a little better than they did back then in that kind of regard.
I'm not saying there's no room for improvement. I'm just saying compared to
Well, sure, but I feel
human
like that's a
history.
double-edged sword. I mean, because that's kind of the point of what we're doing. Part of our thing is men need to be treated better too. If you've got a man who treats you like a queen and he does everything for you, then why are you sitting on your ass not making him dinner when he comes home after working his ass off all day? But that's not what women are taught to do. They're taught, well, he's a grown-ass
Amen.
man. He can
That's
do it
pretty based.
himself. No,
Wait,
that's not how this
I know
shit
exactly
works.
what you're saying. I totally agree with that. And as a man, so I'm born and raised here, so I'm a third generation East Sider here in Des Moines.
You're starting to sound like my friend Jose as an actor.
I bring it up. I know. I bring it up a lot. But like working class, right? So blue collar, like yeah, the abuse you're talking about, like the hands on women. Totally hear stories about that back in the day, right? And I think now it's swung sometimes so far where men we're afraid to do anything. We were talking about physical altercations a little bit before the show between females, having a domestic altercation with a female. You're so scared to put put hands on a woman, you're gonna go to prison. You're gonna get locked up. Like it's bad.
Oh yeah.
So I think there's men that will tolerate physical abuse, will tolerate psychological abuse, and just go, and if I fight back, I can't find a better deal.
I think that probably I'm pulling the stat completely out of my ass. Okay? But I'd say probably like upwards of 75% of woman on male domestic violence goes completely
you're
unreported.
Not
100. I mean, just like there's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, you have the like you have
the ego thing, obviously.
The ego thing, right? You're like you don't want to like tell all your boys like, yeah, my woman, she fucking hit me so hard I seen a white light the other day, right? Like no guy wants to go and tell his homies that. But also like guys just don't like call the cops. You know what I mean? It's like it happens way less often in a domestic dispute that a guy calls the police. That's just how it is, right? And I famously have gone through like a huge domestic issue several years ago in like 2018, 2019 with a woman who I won't say her name on my show, but she knows who she is and the people who follow me know who she is, where she tried to accuse me of domestic violence. Cops showed up. Mm-hmm. Cops were like, there was no domestic violence here. Gave me a ride to a hotel. A ride to a hotel. That's when you know you didn't do shit. Right. It was a rough situation. I had moved to Texas to be with this person, and I was kind of stranded in Texas. Like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do now? Finally, I figured it out, thankfully. But by the time I got back to California, where I'm from, she was already saying all these things about me online and had tons of followers already. And it was like, oh fuck, dude, like this can really ruin my life, right? And I'm like, and I didn't do shit. Like literally, I got hit a bunch of times, like legitimately punched in the face, slapped around, scratched, like it was really bad. And I was just trying to pack my shit and leave, right? And I wasn't nice about it. Like I was like laughing and fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you being an asshole. Like,
how many times?
When I say, if I say, like, I'm gonna beat you up, you're just like, nah, dude, I'll kick the ever living shit out of you.
Like people know that, the people that know me personally know, like,
You talk shit.
I talk shit.
It's what you do.
And I've done, and I'm not like a pussy. I'm a pretty tough guy, but
Yeah.
never gonna put my hands on a woman like that. You know what I mean? And so it was like really hard for several years, like 2 years straight, where I had to like dispel these rumors about me, and I had to come with receipts, dude, because it was like people believed that, and I had receipts. Like I had text messages, fucking police report, and all kinds of shit, right? And she eventually kind of shirked off into the void and stopped talking about it. And people kind of were like coming to me like, "Oh, dude, we noticed this." She would just keep every day make a post.
Once you're accused though of something like that,
right?
It's just like it's a sting.
It can really ruin your life. So guys don't want to even get involved in that.
Correct.
Shit. They don't even want to be a part of that because it always looks bad on a guy because no one believes that a woman's going to beat a guy up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's also kind of part of the reason why young men are having less sex than ever, and like it contributed to why I waited till marriage to have sex.
Yeah.
I watched my dad get falsely accused of sexual assault. Lost his job because of it. Probably well over 7 figures in court.
I don't know how we got into the violence on women thing. I just want
court fees.
That's a good question for the
false
ladies,
accusations are just
hold on. We got some
awful.
we got some super chats before we get too far into it. Quest Fanning is my homie, good friend of mine, and obviously a big fan of Hannah and Lawless as well. He says, "Hola, 2 more of my favorite Twitter mutuals, great guests." And then he just said, "Why do we assume that's how babies were made? Women have sex drives themselves, sometimes strong." I think that a lot of times women have as strong a sex drive or stronger than.
I'm talking about like prehistory, guys. I'm talking about we've been around for like 2 million years.
I don't think
but
that was
in general, men tend to have stronger sex drive.
when they're young.
Men's sex drive stays relatively consistent until later in life. Women's sex drive falls off quite a bit.
What you're talking about? Homie.
I can't see
You're
the screen. Are they
27 years old and
cringing?
You just had sex for the first time.
I'm talking about clinical research. This isn't anecdotal evidence.
We lost Lawless, unfortunately. I don't know where she went.
Okay.
And now I'm like halfway on the screen for the virtual thing. Hey, what do you think, Kenny? Would you agree that probably a lot of domestic violence on men goes unreported?
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt. I personally know cases.
Yeah, it's something that's just not talked about.
Yeah, no, it's a very real thing. And like I said, like we're very aware of how toxic women have become. Modern women, it's gone bad. It's gotten really bad. And we just kind of hope to show women that there's another option. We're kind of tired of seeing men just destroyed and hopeless because they can't find a decent woman out there because, quite frankly, it's hard to find a decent woman now.
I can attest to that.
How can you attest to that? You just got married, dude.
Because I was looking for a good woman for several years before I met my wife.
Got married at 27, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I started looking for somebody to marry at like 21.
That's supposed to be. You're supposed to be like women, amazing women. I got really lucky. I found one very easily. And instead, you're like, oh, they're hard to find. Right?
No, I got lucky because I don't know if I could do it again. I think I tapped out the entire pool.
I'll tell you, it took me 40 years, dude. Legit, I get it. It took me 40 years, and I had to wade through a lot of bullshit. And then the dating scene.
I went to college before smartphones. You guys have no idea,
dude. It's the dating scene is so fucking horrendous now. Like I
everything's online.
I did online dating, dude. It was just
everything's online.
It's like I don't even know.
I met people in person, dude. I don't even know. Back in the day.
How do you even explain? Hannah, how do you even explain? Have you online dated? I'm sure you've online. Everyone does now,
right? I not really intentionally. Like I downloaded an app and for one day, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is unbearable! Like men are horrible too. Like you're all a bunch of fuckboy." It was just awful, and I uninstalled it literally after one day, and yeah, I did meet my relationship online, but that kind of just happened. It wasn't like I was looking for that.
They say there's it's 38 or 40% of relationships are now started online.
Yeah.
It's a
That doesn't
lot.
surprise
Like,
me.
it's a
My
real-
parents met off of eBay, for God's sake.
A fucking how does
What?
wait no we got to hear this story.
Yeah,
How does
yeah.
this, how does this
That's
even
a good
work?
story.
We need to hear
Wait.
this.
No, yeah, my mom met my stepdad through eBay. They were both sellers, and this was not too long after eBay first kind of became a thing. And I don't know if they still do, but at the time, eBay had like chat forums, just kind of general conversation chat forums. And I guess my now stepdad came in and said something along the lines of, "I'm not here to flirt." And my mom took that as a challenge and was just kind of up his ass for a while until they kept talking, and one thing led to another.
Just
That's
I'm like
awesome.
I'm like a big eBay seller, right? Like I'm like
Oh, I'm blacklisted from eBay.
I have my I know. I remember you talking about that.
Bullshit.
I've gotten really lucky. So I do like reselling, so it's like not anything crazy. I don't like make my own. If I made my own shit, I would definitely be blackballed from eBay. There's no doubt about it. I get it. But I've been on, I got like the special badge on eBay and all that shit. Like, fucking really a lot on eBay.
Top seller.
Yeah, well, yeah, top seller. And it's because I do like sports cards and books, and kinds of antiques and vintage clothing and all kinds of shit. And I just don't even know how you would like meet. Like, you don't even see pictures. I don't even
Well, you're
know.
doing high volume. You're doing like tons of sales.
I tell
right?
so,
Like, tons of
yeah. I mean,
individual sales.
there was some months where I did 500-600 sales. Yeah, it's quite a
I've
bit.
done niche stuff where like it's more you have like maybe 10 things you're selling per month, and they're like unique things, and so you'll get a little conversation going sometimes with a buyer. They want to know more about the item or something like that. I could see something happening.
Yeah, I mean, I've
that
had
way,
conversations. Like I had. So I do art a lot.
But I've never
too.
tried to pick people up on eBay.
No,
I'm not saying
I would
that.
never. I never would even think about it.
But that's cool, though.
Obviously, I can't. But I'm very happily.
Right,
committed,
right.
like, very happily.
Oh, me
committed.
too.
I don't even like.
Guys.
I don't even like. Yeah, I don't even like. I don't even thirst on Twitter or anything like the other fuckboys. But I like so I do a lot of art. This is actually kind of a cool story. I do a lot of art, and I came across this art piece, like an original art piece by a cartoon. Name is gonna. But I put it up for auction on eBay, and a guy hit me up. Hey, I really like that painting for you. He's actually my uncle, the guy who passed away several years. And I go around and collect all of his prints that I can. And I was like, oh, that's cool. This is a print. This is hand drawn. And he goes, no, there's no way. That's. I mean, he's like, I'm collecting art of his all over the country. It's very, very rare. I've ever been an original that I haven't seen. I talk to his wife all the time, and I'm like, no, dude, this is legit. I'll take it out of the frame and show you. It's like
shit.
a legit on bumpy paper, like hand drawn, fucking cartoonist original. It's called The Golfer. And he goes, can I take these pictures? He just sent him some pictures, and can I send these pictures to his wife and ask her, please do, man. And he comes back, he's, holy shit, dude. Original. You've never seen. He's like, can you? I'll pay what it costs. And so I gave him a really good deal. I think I only made for it.
Yeah.
But I just was like, how fucking cool is it?
Right.
You know what I mean? That I had an original of his uncle's, and it was like a family thing. But that kind of shit happens to me a lot on eBay. I had some plates that had birds on them. They were like and a lady hit me. Grandma had them when she passed away, and she was bad. And I did, and I held them. And she made like me a really, and how happy they were. And I was like, dude,
What are the odds?
it's so fucking cool. Sometimes it's cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
really, I don't know. You got a pretty cool online store. Where do you sell at?
Honestly, mostly through Twitter. That I can't list my t-shirts anywhere. People always ask me like, well, where could I go to see your shirts? My pinned tweet, because I keep getting banned from all these e-commerce sites because apparently I'm a domestic terrorist and I'm too violent.
Do you think it's just the Ted Kaczynski shirts?
Oh no, no, this has been going on for a couple of years.
No
Does
shit.
Etsy
Yeah.
ban you? Were you banned on Etsy?
Could you-
Etsy, Instagram, eBay. I'm on thin ice with Facebook, and there's a good. I don't list anything on Shop. I actually just canceled my Shopify because it's not really doing me any favors. So, yeah, no, I've been blacklisted for multiple websites at this point.
Oh,
Jeez.
good to know. I'm in a similar situation. Just trying to think about like a red box or something. Like
Hey,
Redbox.com.
you need to have that mic pointed right at
Sorry.
your mouth because
Sorry about that.
Okay, so here's the deal. Here's what's going on. I put noise suppressors on our mics this time because I'm tired of the fucking echoes constantly.
Got it.
And everyone's saying that they can only hear us like every 10th word, and you're on the same suppressor that I'm on, so you and I have to stay like right up on the mics, buddy.
Got it.
Okay, I hate to Joe Rogan everybody in the studio, but put
Eat
that
the
fucking
mic.
mic closer to your mouth, dude. Seriously.
The online banning situation is pretty crazy. I got banned on Etsy for making paracord rifle slings. So now I just call them cooler straps. Let's hope I'm not outing myself. I'm not going to tell you my story, but and it's weird the things that they'll ban and other things you'll see them scrolling through and you're like, how's that allowed?
Mhm.
But you said they banned the Kaczynski shirts, but what else specifically did they ban?
I've never listed the Kaczynski shirts. Those are
Oh, okay.
fairly new, and I already know I'm going to get banned again if I list those. No, the first things they were banning were the first one was one of my shirts. It says "Hippity hoppity, get off my property." It's got a rabbit with crosshairs behind it and a couple of rifles.
That's
That's
it.
it. That's it.
It's a good shirt.
But I think the problem
Unbelievable.
was I had a lot of. So what started this? I started the shop around like mid 2020, early 2020.
Okay.
So all of the ACAB riots were going on, and everyone was taking the side of Antifa, and libertarians and the Boogaloo, all that were labeled as domestic terrorists. So because I was using libertarian flags and I had like Gadsden flag, rolling trays, things like that, my more libertarian leaning products got marked as domestic terrorist symbolism. So I literally got same day Etsy and Instagram both emailed me saying that they were shutting down my accounts because the emails were almost identical. So I'm telling you, there's some kind of weird blacklist going on behind the scenes. They flat out said that I was a domestic terrorist and they couldn't support my products. So
Fucking crazy.
yeah.
Wow.
How about PayPal? Did you get your PayPal taken away or anything?
No, my PayPal's been fine. eBay, I lost my eBay account in 4 days, and that was earlier this year. I listed were some ashtrays. I listed one Gadsden flag ashtray that I had made, and I got an email 4 days later saying that my account was permanently suspended because I am a potential threat to the eBay community.
Jesus Christ.
eBay,
For a
if you're
Gadsden
listening, shame on
flag.
you.
Dude, these people don't even know what a fucking Gadsden flag is, dude. They think it's some racist neo-Nazi thing. It blows my fucking mind, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I list a lot of my, especially, I mean, the other thing is if hippity hoppity got my property is considered too violent and terrorist for you, the Ted Kaczynski ones and the ones that call for killing pedophiles are probably also a little too violent
Yeah, no shit.
for them, maybe.
But I swear I've
So-
seen like the kill your local pedophile or hunt your local pedophile shirts and shit on eBay. Like I've seen that on eBay, dude. And
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
I don't know. And I got like a bunch of my pictures back here. Like is this the tomorrow with communism? And it's like the fucking factory on fire and shit. Like I get all that shit from eBay. Like I've got that from private sellers. And
It's like historical nostalgia or
I think
historical
that's how they
prints or
probably
whatever.
Get away with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I think there's some kind of like behind the scene. I mean, really, the big thing that was like, oh shit, there's got to be some kind of like connection here is eBay, or he was saying eBay, Etsy, and Instagram, both emailing me the same day with emails almost verbatim complaining about the exact same photos.
Yeah.
Like that's sus shit.
They're tracking
And
your
then-
emails.
And that
Your
was
email.
2 years ago. So now, a few months ago, I signed up for eBay, and in 4 days, I'm blacklisted.
Yeah, it sounds like they're
Like
following
that-
your IP address or something.
Yeah,
Yep.
something doesn't make sense there.
Was
So
it the same IP?
no,
Wow.
Facial recognition.
I don't know. Same residence
don't
though, like
know.
same like GPS location.
well, and I messaged my stepdad about it because he still uses eBay, and I told him what happened. He's like, that doesn't even make any sense. I've been selling stuff since eBay first started, and I've never had anything like this. So for you to be suspended in 4, I mean, I still have the emails. I actually read them out loud on Liberty Lockdown a couple months ago.
I'm just so surprised that like after all the shit that I've done online and like all the bans and all the fucking like domestic terrorist warnings about me, and I know that I'm on fucking lists. There's no doubt.
Yeah,
I'm the
you,
vice
like,
chair of a
make
national political party, dude. Like, I know I'm on lists.
Didn't you make like the Ukrainian kill list or some shit?
No, dude. So that was a total joke, bro.
Okay, I wasn't sure what that was.
Somebody.
All these episodes are on our FBI agents like watch later list on YouTube.
There's no doubt. I almost feel bad for my FBI agent that like goes in through my phone.
It's
and
just
shit,
a matter of time.
He's like, I'm gonna find some shit, and he gets in there. It's like all family shit. Like it's all me talking about. Oh, look at it's my fiance sending me pictures of our kids all day while I'm at work, and I'm like, oh, my little chug, and fucking. He's probably like, what a fucking loser. This is the most boring domestic terrorist I've ever seen in my life. Well, yeah, that's because I'm just like a normal fucking family guy. You know what I mean? Who's like been labeled this extremist because I don't believe that the government should, tell me who I can have sex with, tell me who, what to do with my money, tell me, all these like really benign things that the government shouldn't be doing makes me an extremist. No, you're the fucking extremists. You know what I mean? The FBI and the CIA are the extremists. It's not me.
Yeah.
They're anybody who believes that these people, listen, I'm not the conspiracy theorist, dude. It's anybody who believes that the FBI and the CIA exist to help them. Those are the conspiracy theorists, not me, dude. There's no way that the guy who's like, I think these people are kind of probably corrupt and not really in our best interest to have them be a government bureaucracy and agency. I feel like that's not a conspiracy theory. That's pretty much out in the open, especially with like declassified documents after years and years and years of fucking secret corruption. And then the people who are like, no, the CIA totally helps us out, and they're like, you're a fucking conspiracy theorist. I'm like, you think I'm the conspiracy theorist? I'm the one, not you, not the guy that thinks those agencies that are in the open corruption are good for you. It's me. Okay, I get it. And now they're fucking keep kicking you off for making a living.
Yeah, it's getting really bad. I mean, I've done a couple of podcasts on that too. I've actually keep saying I would love if Elon Musk created a e-commerce site just because he's all on his high horse about free speech and whatnot. I'm like, okay, you want to get rid of cancel culture? Let's create an e-commerce site where not everything is canceled all the time, because that's why I avoided posting my stuff on Shopify. Everyone told me the Shopify is just as bad, if not worse, than Etsy when it comes to canceling over products and messages like that. There is no safe route.
Have you never done a Shopify?
No, I did, but it's really not worth it, to be honest. And that's another problem, is that Etsy kind of has a monopoly on e-commerce sites. Sure. When people think I want to go get something handmade, they think Etsy, point blank. So you just don't get the traffic on any other e-commerce site like you do with Etsy. When I was looking to look up for an alternative, I found all these articles that were even written last year, and they were posting all these links. Try this site, try this site, try this site. And half of them were shut down because they couldn't keep up with two things. They could not keep up with Etsy. They weren't getting the traffic like Etsy gets, and they couldn't keep up with all the new government regulations that was required to run an e-commerce site.
And it's funny because I think Top Lobster is on Shopify. I'm pretty sure that's where I order all my shit from Top Lobster at, is Shopify, and he's got some gnarly shit. But we don't talk about this enough. Top Lobster got a fucking cease and desist letter from Raytheon, bro.
Yeah. And then he turns around and makes a shirt that just says Gaytheon.
Yeah, so Top Lobster, my art guy, my brother, my fucking partner on the show, the guy who helped me get this whole thing off the ground, who makes all these great clothes. He made a Raytheon shirt. I don't remember what the shirt said.
Was it the just said like
one? No, it just said like Raytheon.
Someone did a Gaytheon.
It was like Raytheon.
Top Lobster also did a Gaytheon.
It was like Raytheon, bomb your way to freedom, or some shit like that. And he got a fucking cease and desist letter from Raytheon saying that you cannot use our name and all this shit. And so he kept it up for sale for like 2 more days. Told everybody it's your last chance to get the Raytheon shirt. Took it down and put up a new shirt that is a rainbow print Gaytheon.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I saw. Yeah, the Gaytheon. That's the new
shirt. That's the shirt that he replaced it
Gotcha.
with. So instead of, because my initial thought was, fuck that, fight that, dude. You know what I mean? But he's like, nah, it's not worth it. He's got kids and shit, you know what I mean, too. And he don't want to fight that. So what did he do? He just trolled the fuck out of Raytheon, and now it's Gaytheon. And it's perfect. I mean, it's literally the best. I after he did it, I was like, that's the best fucking possible outcome for that, is to put the Gaytheon shirt up to make fun of Raytheon.
It's like the Meat Canyon video.
When I have spare cash, I'm gonna have to get one because I love it. Now that I know the story.
What's that?
There was a Meat Canyon video, and Meat Canyon is like
the fuck is Meat Canyon?
He's a YouTuber that like does horror animation things that are pretty funny, because he takes like childhood classic things, like nostalgic things, and just makes them the most horrific things you can imagine. And he did one on Bugs Bunny, where Bugs Bunny was a rapist. And Warner Brothers copyright claimed it, making it canon.
Oh my god.
Wow.
A rapist Bugs Bunny?
Yes.
That is terrifying.
That's fucked up.
Was he dressed up like a girl bunny when he was...
No.
Okay.
I'll have
That'd
to
be
show
even
you
worse.
it.
I've never heard of Meat Canyon, and I don't think I'm going to go looking up Meat Canyon anytime soon, buddy.
He's really talented.
How do you even find somebody named Meat Canyon? What the fuck kind of shit are you Googling, dude?
Meat
What's in your
I think he has like
algorithm,
This dude's like,
he has like
comes up when I put in Meat Canyon.
he has like two million subscribers on YouTube, something like that. So he's not small.
Yeah.
Good to know.
That's the 2 million degenerates in this country that decided to Google fucking Meat Canyon, dude. That's who follows that man. I don't know. Well, Han, we're getting to the is it Han? I keep wanting to call you Han because Han Solo. Han Solo.
Honestly, I kind of just let people say whichever.
Yeah, but I feel like
all
it
of it
sounds
works.
too close to like Hun. But I live in the Midwest, which is normal to say Hun. Everybody's like, "Oh, hey, Hun," you know, like I don't. You looking at me all weird for, Ryan? It's true.
I think
Fucking
Han's
weird,
cool.
Weird
Han?
old ladies here in Iowa are constantly like, "Oh, hey, Han." Come on, dude. Don't act like you haven't lived here your entire fucking life.
I've lived here my entire life, and that's not a
there's
phenomenon I'm familiar
in
with.
Iowa, if you want to end a conversation, you slap your knee and go, "Well, look at the time."
Well,
Yeah, that's if you're leaving.
Yeah,
Well,
look at the time.
Yep.
I know. It's literally how you get rid of people in the Midwest. But then you have to have a 15-minute conversation at the door and another 10 minutes at the car, and then they're finally out of there. That's how that works. But anyways, so when is the show coming out? We're getting to the end of this thing. We will do like a 15 to 20-minute members only stream when this is over. But before we get there, when's the show coming out? How many episodes you guys going to do a week? Where can people find you, support you, all that stuff?
We're hoping to get it going like mid next month. You know, she just opened her grocery store and she just got over E. coli and salmonella. So she's been a little, she's been a little preoccupied. But yeah, we're planning on getting it started as soon as possible. We're going to be on Rumble, Odyssey, YouTube, you know, basically whichever, Spotify, you know, I'm used to using Anchor. My old co-host from my old podcast, Nev, he's going to be basically the Jamie to our Joe Rogan. He's going to be producing and everything for us and helping us promote. So in the next couple of weeks, we're hoping to get this really off the ground when things kind of die down on her end and all. But yeah, no, we're excited. We've been planning on doing this for a while, so we're doing what we can.
I fucking need a Jesse really bad too.
Jesse?
Or is that what it is?
You're thinking Breaking
Jamie.
Bad.
Jamie, yeah.
Young Jamie.
That's what I meant to say. Jamie.
Neither of us are tech savvy people, but he knows all about it. So we're
I need
just
a fucking
kind of
Jamie, dude. That's what we
letting
need.
him do it.
Well, I do everything here. The camera,
need an engineer.
and the fucking audio, and I like switch between everything and while I'm doing the show, and it's hard, dude. It is hard. I'm telling you, it's much better to have somebody who's going to do those things for you. I promise. As somebody who threw himself into a live show, fucking multi-angle, multi-camera like area, it's been very, very hard to learn. So be glad that you got a tech person to help you out. I'm sure it will make you a lot better.
I know how to upload onto Anchor. Click, upload, done. My end is done. Yay.
Yeah.
That's all I know how to do.
Well, and I have to. So the way that I have to do the show on Anchor is I have to rip the audio from YouTube, and then I have to upload it to Anchor, and then I have to like edit it on Anchor and add in the ads, and then I have to, you know what I mean? You have to like type in all the shit, and then you can upload it. So it's pretty easy, but sometimes it could take like 2 hours to rip the audio. It could take like another hour to upload like an hour or 20-minute show. So it's like sometimes I'll do it and then I'll put my phone down, I'll come back and it will have failed. So a lot of times when people are like, why didn't you upload the show yesterday? And I'm like, dude, you guys have no fucking idea how much of a headache it is sometimes. You know what I mean?
You'll have to show me your process for that.
Yeah, I'll show you. It's just you just take the YouTube link and put it into like a fucking YouTube to MP3 ripper. And then it just rips the audio and downloads it to your. I do it on my phone, dude. Literally, if I did it on my computer, it'd probably be a lot easier. But I don't always have time to be in front of my computer the day after a show. A lot of times, I have to be with kids or do or go to work or something. You know what I mean? It's just not easy to do it that way. So, it's just what it is. Unfortunately,
Han, when guys are talking with technical stuff, do you just get hypnotized? You just kind of see like the swirlies in your eyes.
I just kind of Charlie Brown's teacher, wah, 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 wah. That's how it sounds to me, honestly.
That's how it was to me too for a long time. And when I decided I was going to do a show, I watched hours and hours and hours of YouTube videos on how to set the camera, how to audio, how to work everything. I had to learn everything.
I can go raise a rabbit from birth, turn it into dinner, a purse, rabbit foot keychains. I mean, like I'm talking like tan the pelts myself and sew it into a damn purse. You ask me to open a PDF, and all of a sudden I'm Joe Biden. I don't know what the hell I'm
doing. We're all a little Joe Biden at something. You know what I mean? Maybe it was
just give me my ice cream and let me be at peace.
Exactly. Give me some ice cream and point me towards the bathroom. I'm not going to make it much longer. Well, Hannah, I really appreciate you coming on. I'm a big fan. I can't wait to hear your podcast. I'm sure my fiance is going to absolutely love it. I'll be checking it out too to get another perspective on this kind of stuff because it's important, man. Your wife will watch it too.
Yeah, my wife was interested in it. She's actually in the chat right now.
Is she in the chat?
Yeah, she said, "Hey Ryan, you're cool."
Oh, that is her. Look at that. That's pretty neat. She's gonna see you talking about your sex life now, and she's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
No, she won't.
No, you guys are young and spry. You're enjoying your. Oh, nice, dude. I like go to bed at night. You know what I mean? Like late after everybody's gone to sleep, and I get into my bedroom and there's like 4 kids in the bed every time I fucking go in there, and I'm just like, God, just go somewhere for 5 minutes.
I'm always afraid I'll crush one.
What?
I'm always afraid I'll crush a kid.
Well,
so
we keep the small baby on the other side of Julius because she wakes up and breastfeeds, so it's really easy. Like co-sleeping is best, I think, because you get really attached to you, which thing, but also because breastfeeding having to get.
Oh yeah.
She just literally just rolls over and drops a boobie.
Does she have like the little bassinet right next to the bed?
She just no. The baby is.
Oh, the baby's in the bed. Okay,
in the bed.
We did the bassinet by the bed.
She'll literally just roll over and just like stir it up and bam, and then she can like fall asleep while she's breastfeeding. You know what I mean? Like, and it's really like the best way to do it, I think, in my opinion. And our kids are, like our 2 boys, are so attached and because they both slept. We didn't. If my son wants to be held, I pick him up. I mean. You know what I mean? Like
it's Mother Nature, man.
Yeah, I just watched the Joe Coy special, his newest special, who I love, by the way, one of my favorite comedians, Coy. And he said, "I'm going to hold my fucking my son till he's 20. I don't give a shit. We're gonna be at the store running around, being like, and he's be like, Dad, put me down. We're at the store. No, I'm gonna get some beer. And we'll go. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be me because at some point your kids don't want to be held anymore, and that's a sad fucking reality to think about. And so like I'm gonna hold my son. As long as he's going to let me hold him.
You don't remember the last diaper you changed. You won't remember the last time you pick up your kid.
He won't remember any of that shit. I mean, and
you don't know when the last time's going to be.
It's a sad thing. It's a sad realization to have that at some point you'll never again pick up your child, dude. That fucking sucks. So I'm going to hold him as long as he's going to let me hold him. Both of them. I'll hold them at the same time. I love those kids. You know what I mean? But I just it is sometimes it is rough when you want to go to bed at night and you go in 4 kids in your bed and you're like, literally every kid that's 5 and under is in our room right now, and I'm like, God.
You got the last 6 inches on the edge.
Yeah, like I'm like smashed up against the toddler bed because my 2-year-old's got a toddler bed right next to our bed. It's a car bed, like smashed up against the car. And and her and the baby, and then the 5-year-old who like sleeps sideways, and I'm just.
You listening,
to
Ryan?
Huh?
Are you, Ryan? Are you listening to this?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
And
it's coming.
I was listening to the Michaela Peterson podcast yesterday, and they were talking about co-sleeping a little bit and how it's perfectly safe for mothers to do it, but like you don't want the father to like be next to the child.
That's dumb.
because-
That's fucking stupid.
No, that's
That's
when
the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
No, it's like there's research into this.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
What, like you're gonna roll over on the kid, or
Yeah,
what are you-
yeah. Mother,
Oh.
there's like no cases where mothers roll over on the kid.
Yeah, they do. It happens all
It
the
happens
time.
all the time.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Fucking.
It happens all the time.
And listen, how many dads have you heard leaving their kids in hot cars? Talk about that
You've
one.
got to get out of the bed and leave your kids
Never-
with your wife.
Fuck that, dude. I'm honestly right next to my 2-year-old. Tato,
Crush your babies.
Tato sleeps with me every night,
Yeah.
right up on me. I mean, like literally has to be right pressed up against me every single night. I've been like that for a year, dude.
But like, yeah, but like a 2-year-old is different than like the fourth
He's 2 now. It's
trimester.
been like that for a year. I don't do
Yeah.
it with the infant. I mean, if you
Yeah. This was
Yeah,
talking
maybe
about
it's
essentially the fourth trimester, where babies are most
maybe
vulnerable.
a 3-month-old infant, maybe it's
Yeah.
not a great idea, but I mean, I still don't buy it, dude. I think fucking there's a maternal instinct, and then there's also a fatherly instinct too, not to roll a child. It's not the norm, dude. I think
It's pretty rare.
have some
I mean,
fucking
it
kids,
is
let's
pretty
have
rare.
A conversation about it, dude.
Yeah, we'll have a conversation about that.
Everyone here's got kids, but you, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
You're lagging. You're holding us up, dude. Well, Hannah, I appreciate you coming on. If you could just give us like 5 minutes close out, we'll do the members only stream. Awesome. Thank you so much. Guys, great show tonight. They're great. I wish Lawless had better audio. Maybe we'll do another show where she can come back on.
Do another show with Lawless.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be cool.
She was ready, but she actually sent me a message and said that her audio was so choppy she couldn't even hear.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, wow.
And so I think that had a lot to do with it. And I feel
That deserves
I
a
feel-
redo.
I hope my audio got better to the stream. JC, thanks for the $5 super chat. You said Hannah seems really nice. She is cool.
Yeah.
I've been following both of them for a long time. They've been really cool. There was like a really tumultuous time in like a certain circle, a liberty drama podcaster. I don't know. I got like really swept up in it for a while because I refused to like denounce somebody who had a relationship that went sour and some shit. I don't know. I got blamed for all kinds of fucking things. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
And so there was like this big rift in the movement, and I feel like they were kind of part of that circle as well, and they never like said a bad word about it. Really,
I followed them both on Twitter. I'll be looking for the podcast to come up.
yeah, I will too, man. I'll definitely go check it out, and we can always have them back on too. But I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a good show. What do you think, Ryan?
I think it'll be great.
Yeah. I just hope they do crunchy organic shit so I can like learn something new and like surprise my fiance. Like, hey, I learned about this fucking witch's root shit today that I think will really help you with. You know what I mean? I hope they talk about that every once in a while because I don't know shit about that. I'm like, I don't take medicine either. That's only because that's like an ego thing for me, right? Like I fucking spent a week on the couch with broken.
Yeah, you asked me to bring you ibuprofen and then didn't take any.
Yeah, I was like, hey, you think you bring me some ibuprofen? He brought me a whole bottle on Monday, the Monday after my motorcycle accident. I was like, awesome, thanks. He brought dinner over for the family. And I took this brand new bottle of ibuprofen, sat on the counter. I was like, well, maybe I can make it through this. And, and if my justification was, well, if I have a little internal bleeding, the ibuprofen's going to make it worse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't take it until I know that there's no internal bleeding.
I want to make sure there's no giant hemorrhages
I hit the
inside my
fucking
body
ground hard,
first.
dude. I mean, it knocked me out. It was. I mean, I'm pretty tough. Knocking me out is not an easy feat, especially with a helmet.
I should have brought the
Crazy
willow
son of a
bark.
bitch.
Yeah, I'm hard to break, dude. But my toe is still fucked up.
Yeah.
My shoulder's better. My back is feeling a lot better. 2 days ago, I was supposed to do a show with Dave Casey, and I couldn't, like, after our show on Monday.
Yeah.
Like, you remember how bad I was hurting after the show on
Oh
Monday?
yeah.
And then Tuesday, I was supposed to do a show with Dave Casey, who's one of my favorites, and my upper back and shoulder, and now I'm like, feels all right. It's loose. I'm doing good. But anyways, yeah. What's going on? Who do we got coming up next?
I don't know. You don't tell me these things.
Oh, Adam Choite's coming on Monday, who has a movie dropping short film.
Oh, cool.
I know the name. I've actually watched it. I got to see it like a year ago after like post production and everything was done. It's really, really cool, dude. It's like some Orwell shit, dude.
Ooh.
A short film.
I'm interested.
Yeah, dude. I'll have you guys. I'll see if I can send you the link so you guys can. I think it drops today or tomorrow. So it'll be public.
Cool.
So, but we're going to talk about that, his career and directing and stuff like that. And he's a really cool guy, man. He's a California guy, of course. Industry. You got to live there if you want to be in the industry, dude.
Yeah. Where to go?
But yeah, so we'll have that show on Monday, Adam Choi, and then Clint is rejoining us the following Thursday.
Let's go.
For makeup to the show that we dropped halfway through the stream. So we'll have Daddy Clint on, the homie. That's my dude. I fucking love Clint. He's so cool. You know, you see Clint online, and then you get to hang out with him in person. He's like the same fucking person, dude. I enjoy that. Reed too, who's a good friend of mine. Well, Reed Coverdale, who's been digitally unpersoned from Twitter, unfortunately. But
yeah, I got in a little spat with Tho Bishop about some of Reed's tactics.
Yeah, well, Tho's he's a Republican, dude. You know what I mean? And I really respect Tho. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I enjoy talking to Tho, but he's a Republican simp, and he's going to simp for the Republicans and keep calling libertarians what he thinks they are. And so I just let him go on and on and on and on. But I disagree with him.
Well, interestingly, in the liberty movement, Tho was the first person that followed me. Before I knew you, Tho was following me on Twitter.
Nice.
Which...
Well, he works at the Mises Institute. I mean, he's a scholar at the Mises Institute. He's smart. I've had him on the show. He's a very smart guy and really cool and down to earth and super chill. And he's kind of lives in the redneck Riviera and you know what I mean? Like, but man, he's just he can be really hard headed when it comes to the politics stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't even argue with him because I don't want to get into it. But I'm the vice chair of the Libertarian Party. You know what I mean? I think I forget that myself sometimes.
Yeah, you absolutely do. But he's
shit, that's right, I'm the vice chair of that fucking party.
He's a good dude, but he doesn't have much risk tolerance built into him.
He doesn't have risk tolerance, and he doesn't have any room for there's no wiggle room in his I guess what he'd call his vision for politics in the United States. I mean, there's no wiggle room. And that's fine. You know, I used to be like that too. Now I'm kind of like at a point where I'm like, I don't even know if I want to be a member of the Libertarian Party anymore. I know. It's fucking crazy, right? I don't know if I want to do any political activism anymore. I'm just so fucking over it. You know, a lot of people don't realize that I took I put a target on my back and went around the country for 5 years, 48 states for the Mises Caucus to build this takeover. And I was the guy. There was no Dave Smith or Tom Wood. It was me. I was the face, and I've taken a lot of fucking arrows, dude, for a long time. And I've gotten to a point where it's like, dude, you know what? And now I've like taken arrows from my own people and shit over the last year and a half. And it's like, I don't even want to be a fucking part of your shit anymore. Like, I'm just done. And it sucks because I just got elected vice chair in May, right?
Well, the Libertarians took over the Libertarian Party.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Anyways, we're going to get out of here. But before we go, of course, go check out toplobster.com, the man, the myth, the legend. My good friend and partner on Break the Cycle. We can get this great Epstein Didn't Kill Himself shirt that you see me wearing tonight by using BTC at checkout for a 10% discount. Or you can join the Patreon, subscribe, star, become a member of our YouTube channel under all of our videos by hitting the join link. Of course, you would financially support Break the Cycle, but you get into a private Discord server with a lot of cool people that Ryan pretty much moderates at this point.
I'm like 50% of the content.
Yeah, he's pretty much 50% of the content. But and you can get all Top Lobster's new gear. He'll drop it there first, and you can get it before it goes to the general public, like 2 weeks before, at a 30% discount. So if you're supporting Break the Cycle financially and buying Top Lobster gear, you're really actually saving money and supporting both of us. So it's really a good deal, honest to God. And Top Lobster, you know, when he does drop new stuff, it's always fucking fire, dude. Every time. I'm just like, God damn, I love you, dude. My favorite. And of course, executive producer of the show, anthemplanning.com, for all your emergency and crisis planning needs. Check them out today. See what they can do for your business, home, and personal life. They're doing a wonderful job that the government has historically sucked at much cheaper and much more efficiently. They help organizations solve unsolvable problems in the technology and HR arenas. Their team leads by example. Anthem consultants have led their own organizations through demanding periods of change. Now they help clients succeed in the face of technology and personnel challenges. Plus, Amy Lepore is amazing. I mean, she's just fucking savage. I've had her on the show twice, and for the people that haven't seen those shows, You should go watch the first show, especially where she talks about what she does and how she's worked with government officials and stuff like that on crisis planning and how bad they are at it, and how she does this for private businesses and has really saved them a ton of money and headaches and stuff. So really good stuff. And of course, executive producers of the show, Colwell Creative Content, specializing in things like SEO to help you rank your well on Google or other search engines, website design, optimized website content writing, optimized blog posts, copywriting, social media content management, newsletter writing and design, ghostwriting and editing services, resume and cover letter writing. They work with all kinds of clients, including real estate agents, addiction treatment, mental health, healthcare, banking and payment processing.
Not the Federal Reserve or the CIA podcast.
They've worked with just about every industry, even libertarian political candidates and influencers, such as my good friend and mentor in politics, Mr. Larry Sharp. Good guy. If they're good enough for Larry Sharp, I promise you they're more than good enough for you. They've been in business since 2012 and worked with hundreds of clients. Let them help you get in front of your target audience. I'm going to, no doubt. They're great people. I love Craig's amazing. Go check them out. It's going to help you. If you got a podcast, trying to get in front of people, you're trying to rank well, or if you're a political candidate, or if you have a business, they're going to give you probably the best deal possible on that kind of stuff, and you need it. It really is hard to make headway in a lot of these spaces, and you want to stand out. They'll help you do it. But anyways, guys, I will see you on Monday for the show with my good friend Adam Choate. I'm very excited about that. You got anything before we go, Ryan?
I do not.
Nothing.
I mean,
I
got my Yep Cocks earlier. Like,
I got my Yep Cocks. I don't got nothing else to say.
Filled the tank.
Filled the tank. Yeah. AJ, you got anything before we take off?
Oh, go vote. If you're not, early voting just started.
Dude.
Go vote. Go vote for Rick Stewart and Marco Battaglia.
Yeah. Vote for Rick Stewart, Marco Battaglia.
For governor of Iowa.
If you're in Fairfield, vote for Jeff Shipley. He's my favorite.
Okay. Flip your ballot. Freedom Amendment number 1. Amendment number 1. Vote yes. We've been waiting 20 fucking years to get this thing on there.
The Freedom Amendment.
We need 60%. Freedom Amendment.
That's the one for the...
secures your Second Amendment right in Iowa. Keeps the feds off of our shit.
Yeah, no more federal...
Do it.
No more... They will recognize no more federal gun laws in Iowa.
We'll nullify all future federal restrictions placed on us.
Awesome. I love it. And we already got constitutional carry. When I first moved to Iowa, you had to get a permit to buy a handgun.
Yep.
And now you can fucking conceal carry without a permit.
Yep.
It's great. Well, I'll see you guys on Monday. I don't know. Will you be here, AJ, on Monday?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll have AJ and Ryan back in the studio. We'll be hanging out with Adam Choate. And then, of course, the following Thursday with Clint from Liberty Lockdown. It's going to be fucking awesome. I will see you guys on Monday for that show. But until then, don't forget to break the cycle.
Due to legal reasons, I just have to explain. The lyrics of my last song may seem to contain a violent call to action in the verse and refrain, but I just meant it in Minecraft. The helicopter part was in reference to GTA 5 and the things you do. So any violence you commit, I am not an excuse, because I just meant it in Minecraft. A chipper is my friend and he's constantly cold. Accusations of incitement getting totally old. Make your own choices, yeah, you have control, because I just meant it in Minecraft. Obviously I would never advocate force, unless there's due process and a trial, of course. And if you're convicted, we will make you a corpse. In Minecraft, just in Minecraft. Nothing I mean, you know it. No product theaters, cause they're closed.